exciting edition of North American Championship Wrestling. Kevin the Truth Casey along with Ben Throckmorton here, and it looks like to be a good hour of pro wrestling here. Also, we've got to talk about Jesse Lee and Darren Fate, and Darren Fate, a guy who incorporates a lot of martial arts in his repertoire against a guy who has really been and now gyrating for the crowd here, but a guy who has all the physical tools, who's been making a lot of waves in North American Championship Wrestling over the last, I guess, good part of a year, is from Two Guns, Arizona, the natural Jesse Lee. And Ben, we got to talk about the athletically gifted Jesse Lee against a guy who we've seen a little bit over the last few months in Darren Fate. Looks like he wears the kick pads, a little bit of a martial arts background as he gets the knee from Jesse Lee, another elbow. Looks like an Irish whip coming in here now. And it looks like a little bit of a flying tackle, and now a hip toss. Darren Fate, and now the flying leg whip, and it looks like Jesse Lee's going to take the timeout. And Ben, we see the athletic gifts of Jesse Lee against, I guess, some unknowns and intangibles of a guy like Darren Fate.
Darren Fate making his debut here a couple of weeks ago on North American Championship Wrestling, doing quite well in a match paired up with Big Wood the Lumberjack against the Lost Souls. He was on the short end of that stick at the hands of the Lost Souls, but he impressed me greatly. And Jesse Lee, he never fails to impress. He gets better every week. As we've said before, he trained by the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez, and he certainly shows the traits of the Raging Bull.
Well, let's hope that those are in-ring traits. And we got to talk Jesse Lee. I've told you for many months that this guy, maybe with some direction and guidance, could actually be one of the, and I think he's one of the, he's a good wrestler, but no question about it, or else he wouldn't be in North American Championship Wrestling. But maybe some guidance. Maybe a guy like the Black Angel could take him under his wing. Maybe somebody who could maybe get him to focus more. He could actually be one of the absolute top stars here.
Well, Jesse Lee, he is a top star. He is certainly not at the level yet of Buff Bagwell, but I mean, he's only one win away at any given time from being at that level. Darren Fate the same. If the guys are here in North American Championship Wrestling, they are accomplished professional wrestlers. I'm not sure that Jesse Lee wants any direction.
I've heard that.
He is a fantastic technical wrestler and can really show some really good skills in the ring. He also loves to resort to the roughhouse tactics. He loves to cheat, and he doesn't mind bending those rules.
There was a term back when I was playing sports in college. The term was uncoachable. A guy who had all the physical gifts, but really just couldn't take direction. Maybe that's the kind of a thing that fits a guy like Jesse Lee.
Darren Fate getting the upper hand there, dropping Jesse Lee across the top rope. These guys are having some trouble. They're actually sparring up there. They're trying to feel each other out. I don't think either of them is reading the other very well at this point. But Darren Fate looks to have Jesse Lee in a big trouble on the mat. But I think he was playing a little possum there, Kevin.
Yeah, I think as we see Jesse Lee now in command, taking the boots to Darren Fate. We saw a nice double underhook butterfly suplex a la Wahoo McDaniel, and that's something that I know Manny Fernandez personally. That's something that Manny Fernandez would incorporate in his matches, and then we see that being passed down on a guy like Jesse Lee, as we see the points of the elbow working that left arm, softening up that arm ringer now. And looks like Jesse Lee, good chain wrestling. That's a trait of Manny Fernandez. You're going to work that elbow. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him Japanese armbar here at some point.
Darren Fate reversing the situation on him there, nearly grabbing the 3 count, and Jesse Lee still in a little bit of trouble. But you said it, he does show the traits of the Raging Bull, obviously having trained with him. Fantastic wrestler, big, rough, tough customer. I'm not sure he's as focused as he needs to be.
Well, indeed, and I think that will come with experience here in North American Championship Wrestling. All the top stars in independent pro wrestling want to come to North American Championship Wrestling. We're seeing on so many different cable outlets throughout the Southeast, and we just want to say hi to every one of you who are watching this broadcast as we see Darren Fate. You pointed out a short end of the stick, but against the Lost Souls, that's not a lot of people have. I mean, the Lost Souls are a couple of tough guys, unpredictable, unorthodox, but those are guys who are some of the top guys here in North American Championship Wrestling, and that's for a reason.
Say what you will about the Lost Souls, like them, hate them, love them, despise them. They get the job done. They rack up the wins, and their success rates, you can't argue with it.
I'll go with 3 out of those 4. But as we see Jesse Lee getting back to a vertical base, a shot to the midsection, now a reversal goes Jesse Lee. Jesse Lee now thinking. Now you got to like credit Jesse Lee for that. I think Darren Fate telegraphed that maneuver. Jesse Lee saw that, held on. Darren Fate charged him. Jesse Lee pulled the ropes down, and now Darren Fate's out on the hardwood floor.
I'll tell you what, tactics like these have no place in professional wrestling here. Rusty Young starting to count on him. Jesse Lee taking it to the outside, trying to injure the man, trying to cross the ring, and he comes down hard.
Now Ben, I can tell you from being in the ring at times, that's not a fun situation to be in, to be slammed like that from coming up from the top turnbuckle. And that's a little swinging, jumping vertical neck breaker there, and I think that could be it.
Jesse Lee is going to come out of that at the count of 2. What an incredible opening match here we're having tonight.
Who else is on the card tonight, Ben?
5 minutes gone. 5 minutes remaining.
This is just an exciting opening match here, but who else is on the card this week?
Coming up next, we're going to have the Black Angel and Tommy Gunn. No strangers to anyone. They're going to face a rough, tough duo, a new duo to me, here in the North American Championship Wrestling, the Pit Bulldog Johnny Kidd. His partner tonight, Major DeBeers.
Wow. Those 4 guys are main event wrestlers. Major DeBeers has been around professional wrestling. I've known him. Pit Bulldog Johnny Kidd, a protege of Ivan Koloff. Against Heart and Soul, Black Angel, Tommy Gunn, 2 of the most exciting, electrifying guys here in North American Championship Wrestling. Is we see Jesse Lee went for looked like a kind of a splash kind of a deal, and now Darren Fate's going to slam him. And we see Darren Fate, every time he gets a guy like, say, Jesse Lee down, he'll always try to go for a high-impact maneuver. As we see there, he went for the moonsault, and Jesse Lee looks like he got the knees up there.
Absolutely. Darren Fate in a lot of trouble here. Both these men are going all out. It's about winning matches here in North American Championship Wrestling, as you know, Kevin. As Darren Fate kicks out at the count of 2, nearly the 3 there for Jesse Lee. But the more matches you win, these matches are very important to the competitors in them, because that's how you move up in the pecking order. That's how you get the main event matches. That's how you get the cash here in North American Championship Wrestling.
And title shots. Everybody wants a shot at the profile Rick Stone. We also understand, and you're closer to the situation than I am. The word in the locker room is there's a television title tournament on the horizon. Officially, to my knowledge, Rick Stone has not been stripped of that belt. I haven't seen him wear that belt. You're kind of an insider. What's the latest on what we're hearing and what the competitors are hearing? That's why they want to show good this and every week, because they know there's a TV title tournament on the horizon. Well, so we're hearing.
The decision, I don't think, has come down. I think the decision has been made that the title is going to be taken from Rick Stone. I think it's a foregone conclusion.
What does Perry James have to say about that? I know he's not going to like that.
Well, Perry James is arrogance defined, and Rick Stone is right in that camp now, and I think they feel like the TV title's beneath them, and they don't really care. They haven't kicked up a stink about it, but it's really going to be a prestigious tournament. We're going to have guys coming in from all over. When it's scheduled, I'm sure we've had calls, lots of competitors calling in, trying to get in here, trying to get into the tournament for this new television title. That's something that you want to watch out for, fans, on the upcoming weeks of North American Championship Wrestling.
Indeed, it looks like Jesse Lee and Darren Fate are both throwing the rule book out the window here, because they're both gouging the eyes. Here we are in a turnbuckle where, according to the rules, that's a neutral position where you're not supposed to be able to hit a man, but yet we're seeing this nice cross body block from Darren Fate. Only a count of 2, and Jesse Lee with a strong kick out. But our point is, that's a neutral area where you're not supposed to be able to hit on the break or do anything of that nature. Wow, listen to those chops. Darren Fate lighting up Jesse Lee, hurting his own hand, we understand.
Absolutely, these guys are fighting hammer and nail here. They are going at it.
And listen to the crowd getting behind them. They're hearing these blows. This is wrestling, fans. This is North American Championship Wrestling. We wrestle. And Jesse Lee is fired up. He wants a quicker count from Rusty. And Darren Fate.
9 minutes gone. 1 minute remains. 9 minutes gone. 1 minute remains.
Ben, time's running out here in this one fall 10-minute time limit here, and I'm telling you, Jesse Lee, it looks like Darren Fate with a little bit of a roll-up couldn't hold Jesse Lee down. Jesse Lee goes for the line, misses. Darren Fate ducks it, kind of a swinging neck deal there. Now Darren Fate slam him.
5.
Oh no, I think we're going to run out of time here, fans.
3, 2, 1.
And the bell has rung in my ear again, and going to have well, I don't know what the referee's going to. Is he going to make a decision?
I believe the time limit has expired, Kevin, and the referee is going to declare this match a draw. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee's official decision, the time limit having expired, this match is declared a draw.
Well, there you have it, fans. A time limit draw. Jesse Lee and Darren Fate. Don't go anywhere, fans. We're coming right back with more North American Championship Wrestling.